Paul Schofield helped the Gettysburg College lacrosse program grow into a national power during his 4 years with the Orange and Blue. Schofield led the Bullets to their first appearance in the national tournament, and he was the first three-time All-American in program history.
I remember a lot of things about Paul, but I remember the first time I saw him on the quad playing catch, and I was walking to the library, and he was a freshman and I hadn't seen him play yet, and I was really impressed. There were a lot of games that he was a significant part. I remember one game against Drew in particular where I think Paul had 5 goals that day, but he had a best friend who was in a terrible car accident that left him in a wheelchair all his life, and his buddy was at that game. And I really think it motivated Paul, and I don't know if I've ever seen a midi play such a great game of lacrosse as Paul did that day.
The Martinsville, New Jersey native took a lead role in the midfield beginning with his freshman season, when the Bullets won a dozen games, claimed the Mid-Atlantic Conference title, and advanced to the NCAA Division III tournament for the first time in school history. He would earn his first All-Conference award as a sophomore in 1990 after pouring in a career-high 31 goals. Schofield was also named an All-American for the first time following his sophomore season.
Paul definitely is one of the finest middies. In a handful of first and second team All-Americans that we've had, you know, Paul rates up in the top 5 or 6 offensive players. You know, his ability to shoot, his ability to dodge, his ability to stick handle, get out of tough situations, really puts him probably in the top 5 or 6 offensive players we've ever had here at Gettysburg. You know what, I remember Paul always wearing these funny ski-like socks, you know, all the time, and he'd be walking around and we'd always kind of get a kick, and he'd have some funny caps that he would wear, like winter caps, sometimes even in spring, you know. Paul was his own man. He was a little loosey-goosey, you know, and there was nothing wrong with that. You know, definitely was unique. He had his own personality. But man, I'll tell you one thing. I love the idea that all of our guys are so different, and Paul brought a different way of looking at it. Wasn't as super intense, but when game day came, boy, the guy delivered.
In Schofield's final 2 campaigns, Gettysburg won 24 of 29 games and went undefeated in conference play, capturing a pair of Mid-Atlantic Conference titles. Schofield scored 33 points en route to MAC All-Star First-Team accolades in 1991, and he turned in a career-high 39 points to grab all-conference honors as a senior. He was named All-America's second team in each of his final 2 campaigns, becoming the first Bullet to claim national recognition 3 times. Gettysburg advanced to the NCAA Division III tournament in both 1991 and 1992.
Well, I think at a time where Gettysburg lacrosse was building a lot of momentum, a significant time when it was really difficult to get to the NCAAs. It was really hard to get to the NCAAs. We were starting to do that, and Paul really helped lead the way, you know, offensively for sure. He was a significant part of what we did, and not only did we become very good, but we almost became a force in Division III lacrosse, and I think that happened. The building blocks of that was in Paul's time, and by the time he left here, we were a well-thought-of program.
Paul Schofield helped raise the bar for the men's lacrosse program, and in doing so, he claimed his place in the Gettysburg College Hall of Athletic Honor.